What is going on, football fans out there? And today we're going to talk about the aging, aging gamers out there, and pretty much the ones who really enjoyed the choice of football, enjoyed Madden in the earlier years. But the older you get, hate to tell you, those skills aren't there. But guess what? Your love for the game is still there. And I really feel that developers are missing out on an opportunity to captivate a certain sect of the gaming community. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is reference an article from AARP, and it's called Games Should Be Designed for Everyone. The article was published earlier this year in March 2024. And it goes on to say, adults ages 50 plus are a growing segment in the gaming industry. By 2045, an estimated 100 million gamers ages 50 and up will be playing. And as boomers push past age 65 and Gen X and millennials approach 50, the need and opportunity continue to mount for game makers to improve features and ways that support an enjoyable gaming experience for all ages. If this then goes on and says trends and preferences of older gamers and kind of breaks it down, it says while playing solo and perennially popular, got that out, 25% of 50 plus gamers play with children and grandchildren, 16% of them with friends, 15% with random opponents, and 14% with other family members. And in fact, 12% play with friends they meet through gaming. Gaming is sort of a medium now. It's just like movies, art, comic books, whatever you call it. And there is a market for them. But I'll let you read the rest of the article. I'll put a link to it in the description.
What you have basically is a segment that started out playing all of these football games. Every game that I've ever talked about on the channel, almost any football game that anybody has talked about on their channel, you have a large segment, ages 50 and up. And if you even go down some of those that are in their late 40s that enjoy playing games, particularly in this case, football games. And you have no company, publisher, developer that leans a little bit towards this crowd or markets towards this crowd. Everything is towards the younger generation that will be getting older. Now, if you want to make a game that's going to capture a certain segment, because right now it is clear that EA branded football, and I'll continually call it that, simply just targets the younger market. Some of the practices that they use to bring in that younger market could be looked at as predatory when you get into the Ultimate Team and MUT and all that, feeding into that addiction. The older we get, we see that as just a snake oil salesman, and a lot of people stop playing these games because they lack depth and because of these predatory practices that exclusively cater to the younger generation. And you find that quite insulting when you're part of the generation that helped all these titles get to where they are today. If it wasn't for these older gamers buying and playing Madden, EA College Football, these games wouldn't be where they're at. Yes, the younger generation does play these games, but guess what? Younger generation doesn't have any money. And I feel that anybody needs to really make a true simulation football game. Not as crazy as what, the lunatics or somebody's going to pop off in somebody's comments and be like, well, if you want real football, just go out and play it. No, we just want something that's a little bit more sophisticated. Okay, where you have to understand what's going on in the game. The pace is slowed down a little bit. It's not so much all about being a joystick jockey. It's not so much about searching on YouTube for your best handful of plays from your favorite content creator or buying an ebook from somebody. That's kind of what just ruins the whole Madden experience, honestly. Is it already had its problems before ebooks started creeping their way into the game and YouTubers started putting money plays out there. Because believe me, back in my younger days, I found the money plays. I had my own set, and like all my boys, they had their own sets too, because we weren't scouring YouTube or buying ebooks. But as we got older, and a lot of us who, really loved the game of football, understood the game of football, wanted something with a lot more depth. We wanted a continuation of what was created by, and I'll mention the game again, Front Page Sports Football back in 1992, all the way up until they stopped making the game in 99. There was depth in that game. You had to have knowledge of the game. You could create your own plays. And the play editor was quite complicated, and you just had to know things. And there were no money plays in this game. I kid you not. You can go back and research it for yourself. There were no money plays in this game, and for how non-complex computers were back then, no play played out exactly the same way. Not like in Madden. And I say it all the time. All Madden is about is how fast your players are, the play art, and how bad the developers at EA can design tackling angles or pursuit angles. For a more complex gamer, Madden is a very dumbed down game. And, and I'll leave it at that. But hopefully here in the future, somebody realizes that there is a growing segment of gamers that are going to be looking for a more complex football game. And we're talking about football games here. And if the developers don't meet that need, then guess what? They're going to lose customers. And they will continually bleed customers and hope that their arcade-style games will sell. But I just wanted to put this out into the ether. There's a lot of us that are on the older side of gaming, and there's a lot of you who are playing games right now in your youth that will be playing games as you get older. You'll experience the same thing. You'll find out maybe there's just not a game that fits your need. But until next time, it's been Smoking Jay, and I will see you either in the ring or on the field.